Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Yanti Nur as an internship student who is currently works at Converse Incorporated Company. I would like to say my gratitude as the time given to me to present about Converse Incorporated Company profile. The presentation will last for about 8 minutes. In here, I'll be talking about brief information, strategy and history of Converse, the development of Converse Incorporated Company, the company's executive organization, and last, Converse products. Converse Incorporated is the largest manufacturer of athletic footwear in the United States, producing approximately 8 million pairs of shoes domestically in 1998. The current Converse logo used now is the one in which the star is simply placed inside the O in Converse. It's mostly used on clothing items. The company's marketing strategy is centered on the Converse All-Star brand, which is positioned as the American performance brand with authentic sports heritage. The company believes that there are significant opportunities to build the brand, which commands high consumer awareness generated by reason of its 91-year history. Converse has used endorsements of famous athletes to promote its products. Basketball player Chuck Taylor promoted the company in the 1920s and 1930s, and basketball stars such as Irvin Magic Johnson and Dennis Rodman. Converse World Headquarters building is on Boston's Lovejoy Wharf, Massachusetts, United States. And then we move on to the brief history of Converse. In 1908, Marquis Converse established Converse Incorporated and Store Converse Rubber in Malden, Massachusetts. In 1917, the company launched its most popular shoe of all time, the All-Star basketball shoe. However, in 1929, financial troubles hit Converse and the company went bankrupt. Michael Kaufman took over Converse in 1929 and ran it until he died just a year later. At that point, Albert Welschler became the company's owner, but by 1933, Welschler could no longer afford to run the company, which had experienced poor profits due to the Great Depression. During World War II, Converse supplied the U.S. military with footwear and outerwear. In the 1970s, Converse began to diversify, adding hockey pucks, boots, and teeth guards to its repertoire of products. Converse also created 3 sales divisions: sporting goods, footwear, and industrial products. In 1972, Converse changed hands again when Ultra Corporation purchased the company from the Stone family. Ultra held on to the company through most of the 1970s as Converse expanded and acquired other companies. The company's next owner, Interco, acquired Converse in 1986 and sales rose to $315 million the following year. The company's strategy for 1999 was likewise broad, with sales outside of the United States now close to 50% of net revenues. Converse formed Converse Canada and assigned the new division exclusive distribution and license rights for footwear, apparel, hats, and bags in Canada. In July 2003, Nike paid $309 million to acquire Converse. Nike approached the 1980s revival around 2010 to relaunch their footwear. By November 2012, Converse had disappeared completely from the NBA as the last dozen players wearing the brand either left the NBA or switched shoes over a period of a year and a half. In 2019, Converse returned to the performance basketball scene with the All-Star Pro BB. Converse has 17 international subsidiaries in France, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Japan, Scandinavia, Mexico, Brazil, and Barbados. Converse products are marketed in 90 countries outside the United States. Foreign sales in 1997 were 36.7% of total earnings, compared with 44.4% in 1996. This is the revenue of Converse worldwide from 2010 to 2020 in million US dollars. As we can see, the highest revenue was in 2017, then in 2019 and 2020. Due to COVID-19, the income decreased slowly. Then we move on to the executive teams in the United States. The CEO is Scott Azza, and he has been the CEO of Converse since 2018 until now. The staff at Converse come from unusually diverse demographic backgrounds. The company is 48.6% female and 44.5% ethnic minorities. Staff members usually stay with the company for 2 years, and the average employee at Converse makes $34,111 per year, with 3,500 employees and an annual revenue of $1.9 billion. Next, we move on to products. The Converse of today, as owned by Nike, has proved to be a litigious organization, one prone to blunders on a huge scale. The above, Chuck Taylor 2, was announced in 2016, and its release wreaked havoc of the company, stalling growth for the first time since the brand's revival in the early 2000s and led to the firing previous Converse chief David Grasso. The changes were largely cosmetic, although the brand added padding in the sole and raised the price considerably. Next, these are the iconic products nowadays are Chuck Taylor All-Star and Chuck 70s. Not only producing sneakers, Converse also manufactures in clothing such as t-shirts, jackets, pants, hats, and etc. for men, women, and kids. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for my presentation about Converse Incorporated Company. Thank you for your kind attention and good morning.